Looks like we're good on this end. And we're just gonna hit the go live on, oh boy. Let me just go ahead and check one thing. Okay. So, I think we're good there. Alrighty. Are we live? It's a fantastic question. I'm just having to go and check here. Okay. Satisfactory achievements. Right, and for this here, we're doing satisfactory. Lovely, and we're going to go live. So, we're live on TikTok, we're live on YouTube, we're live on Twitch. So, alrighty then. Let's go ahead and refresh our little tiki-talkie chat. I don't believe it's popping up just yet. Okay, it's marked as... You know what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to pop the chat out a little bit. We're going to refresh TikTok, but TikTok is not popping up as a chat option thing just yet. Seems like the box ain't working how we want it to right now, but that doesn't matter. We're continuing on with Satisfactory because I like playing this game. It's silly, it's stupid, and I have lost hundreds of hours to it, but that don't matter. The important thing is I've had fun while I've played it. So we're going to continue having fun while we play it. Now, this here, we had all of this, so that's all of that, but let's go and check out where we got to last time. So we've got our little highway here, but our highway is not quite what we want it to be. We are wanting it to extend over this way. You know what? We're going to grab this here blue power slug. You're also probably noticing I'm talking more quickly than I usually would be. I think that's just because I haven't been streaming for a wee while, so I'm excited to be streaming again. It was my birthday at the weekend, so I decided I was going to take the week off of work. I didn't decide, like, at the weekend I was going to take this week off of work. No, I've had it in the cards for a while. But this here is, just to give you a little example, this is my highway that I've been building. And this highway, I'm pretty proud of because I think it looks great. And we can even build little bits that go over the top of it. You can see over there we've got some of those little things. Those are the old highways, which we are going to be replacing. Now, why would we possibly be replacing those? Well, because those were much less efficient. This here, on the other hand, much more efficient. You can see, so that's 382, 82, and 56. This uses more limited resources, but it's still pretty nice the fact that we have it. So this here highway, we're keeping on going, and we are going to have this turn around here. So let's dismantle this here, set this to Blueprint Auto Connect, and we're going to set the snapping. So this here, we want this to be a turn, and we can set this to go here. So this is now going to be our highway that turns to go down this way. And then we just set this to straight. And we'll start sending this in a little bit. You can see here we've got lots of resources going into the dimensional depots, which is good for us. So another one of those, and that's good. And then we can go ahead with this, and we are happy there. Let me quickly just check one thing on the old personal computer. Still not getting the ability to pop the TikTok chat up on screen. But well, what odds. So, dismantling time. We've got how much inventory space? Well, we can clear that out of the way. We can't clear that out of the way, so we're a little bit limited there. AI limiters we can get rid of. We can also pop those in, and this is going to level us out a little bit. Hazmat suit is going to be important inevitably. So this here, what do we do for this? Should we have this turn into like an X junction maybe? Maybe it should be an X junction. Or it just leads over onto a concrete foundation thing. I mean, it's a nice highway. You gotta admit, that's satisfying. Having something like that. These little tires that there were before, redundant. And what do we know about redundant things? Well, simple. They're redundant. You don't want them. So what we need to do is we need to go ahead and zip our way along using our turbo fuel. We are going back so that we can build the blueprint for some frameworks, because we want to start building our big old water base. We're going to try to move as much of the oil stuff as we can into one area, and maybe even set up some tires. So this way we'll just keep zipping along. Gotta try and get that momentum. Playing it on console, by the way, hence you can hear the sort of this as I jump. You can hear that, but the alternative is, you know, you can also hear that. So, no easy way. There is absolutely no easy way. What are you doing? You're doing encased steel beams, and we've got a lot of those. So, let's quickly check what we could be outputting into this. So you, assembly director system. What are you going to need? You require supercomputers. So those are not ideal. We're going to need AI things for that, and supercomputers. Right, the magnetic framework. Ooh. Magnetic field generator, sorry. That requires us to go into another little thing over here. So let's go with milestones. It's not going to be the hover pack. It's not going to be that. It's going to be this, right? Yes. So for this here, we're going to need a lot of cables. So let's go ahead and start collecting a bunch of those and get the outputs ready. We're going to just go ahead and loot as many of those as we possibly can. Now, over to here we go and drop all those off. Let's also check along these. Any others require copious amounts of cable? No, they do not. Don't have anything in our inventory for that. We could use the Alclad sheets, but we don't want to just yet. And we've got Logistics Mark V, which is going to also be pretty good. So I like those. You know, we're going to try and have those being mass produced at some point. Do we go for... yeah, I guess let's set up... we're not going to use that because that would be bad for us. What are you producing right now? Oscillators? Don't really want that. Let's swap you over to watts. Gas filters. We're going to put 200 in there, and then we need 200 fabric. So let's go ahead for Fabrizio. Fabrizio, we've got 100 in there, so that's unfortunate, but we're still going to have a lot of what we need. And now we're going to set up coal. Just call me Cheryl the way I got access to that coal. And if you don't appreciate that joke, then at that point, who was your favourite member of Girls Aloud? Huh? Were you Nadine Doyle, Stan? Was that? That was one of the girls allowed, right? This may be shocking to hear, but the guy that owns an 8-string electric guitar that is a fan of bands like Impending Doom, Thy Art Is Murder, Lamb of God, Meshuggah, Polaris, Fit for a King, those kinds of things. It's going to be shocking to hear that that guy, amazingly, not really raised on girl bands. So right, this here, we're going to set this to Zoop. Ooh. Okay, can you get out of the way, space tick giraffe penguin thing? You think I'm wrong for calling a space tick giraffe penguin thing, but literally there is like an achievement that is just about bouncing on the space tick giraffe penguin thing. That is its semi-official name. So, this here way, this is going to use 4 for that. Let's go ahead and look at foundations. This is going to use 4 for this. So let's build this vertical, and we're going to set this to be 5 up. You're going to be 5 up. You're going to be 5 up. And then you are going to be 5 up. Now, the reason for that is because now we can just go ahead with this. Whoop. We can zoop these like this, and it will technically use a little less resources than you would expect. So, bring this down. There we go. Now, over here, we can also zoop this across the way like this if we want. So, whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's another one. And get ready for that annoying sound again. Whoop. Over to this way. A little bit more whooping. Whoop. Zip it across. A little bit more zipping. Zip for the summer sloop. Don't actually, because you cannot zip for summer sloops like that. This here way, we're going to take this, zip it across. We missed one by accident, but that's okay. So I am doing Satisfactory just to get me back into the swing of things for Satisfactory, but it's not going to be the only thing that we're doing, because I treated myself last week. Technically the week before I treated myself. And I got the Armageddon box. Warhammer 40k Armageddon. And I've already done a color test on my Weird Boy, that if you follow on the TikTok, the YouTube, those things, then at that point you'll be able to see it over on the TikTok. If you don't, go follow on the TikTok. We're going to just call this Foundation. And this is going to exist like that. Hey! It just loads in like that perfectly fine. Now, we've got loads and loads and loads of those. We're going to quickly check as well. We don't have any hard drives right now. We don't have any hard drives. So, we should try and resolve that issue. Let's go ahead and pop a bunch of those in. How many of these can I upload? Probably not anywhere near as much as I would like to, but we do need to set some limestone production up. So I should try and figure out, we've got that there. Maybe we want to set up a smelter array. Maybe that's something we need to set up. So this here, that. We're going to replace this, and we're going to build up a smelter array. So, whoop, get rid of that. Now, what we want is we want, let's see, so logistics, we want mergers, and we want the merger to be centralized let's have it be... Oop. Damn. I kind of biffed that a little bit. So, merger, we're going to try to lock you to here. Yep. That's you nice and centralized. And let's go over to here. Smelter. So, we want one there. And then the other one, we're going to rotate you 180 degrees. Let's check and see. So you're just snug on the line. You're just snug on the line. Lovely. So 1, 2, whoop, 3, 4, 5 und 6. So we've got 6 of those. And then over here we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, nope, that was stupid of me. So, this here, the reason for that, why we wanted to do that, is really, really simple. So this here, we're going to do a conveyor splitter. And we're going to pop you just here. Now, over here, we're going to lock this into position. And have you go here. Then here. Then here. Then here, and then here. So all of those are going to split and go that way. Now this here way, central, central, central. I sound like those voices you used to see on, like, Fox, or whatever you called it, way back when. Where it's just like, at 10-9 central, which I, like, just pick a time zone. America, just be of such a size that you can just have one time zone. You know, if you as a country require multiple time zones, then at that point I have one simple question. Who do you think you are? The Holy Roman Empire? Don't worry. I'm obviously aware it's not actually any living American's fault. The fact that as a nation they happen to run. Are there any states that have multiple time zones? That's something I've never actually considered. Are there states that have multiple time zones? Because I just never thought of that, really. Let's run this like this. And now we're going to take this. Oop, love that. Pop you there. There. There, there, and there. And hello there, Team Monty, over on the old Twitch. How are you doing? Are you well? 'Cause you're looking well. How has the week been for you? Hopefully you've been having a nice little chill one. I think a load of them do span 2 time zones. I'm trying to think of... It's weird, like, the first word that came into my head for how to describe a state that is wide was just like, I'm trying to think if there are any, like, fat states. Because my brain just forgot that it's like, oh yeah, you could also describe states in such a way of, you know, they are more longitudinal or latitudinal or anything. But I was also watching Mapmen, so I have that little thing stuck in my head. It was like, oh yeah, loads of countries are... I think it was their video on North-South divides. How it's more common to have a country divided into North and South than it is to have a country divided into East and West. The only one we can really think of is, you know, there was a little bit of time where Germany was a little bit East and West coded. Which, obviously, you know, for me, personally, I like just now Germany, you know? I think the Berlin Wall was not that great a wall. I think that's probably why they got rid of the Berlin Wall. Because I think we all recognize that building a wall isn't really going to help. So what's this going to be called? This is going to be our smelter array. Oop. August. Oop. Smelter array. Now, we're going to put you into production. Und we shall set you there. Parts, we're going to set you as... Ooh, no, hang on. Let's just do the smelty McBoom Boom. So let's pop that. Load preset, foundation. And we're going to pop that in like that. So these here are not actually coded for any particular thing. Customizing. We can set these to unpainted. And why would we possibly do that? Well, simple. Because when we set these to unpainted, we are going to set these to iron, right? And then we can go like this. Ta-da! So, all of this here going, and we're good. You have an exam next Thursday. Ooh. I do not miss exams. That's something I'm very much glad I don't have to deal with in my line of work. I am more like... I guess, like, industry knowledge is probably more important on my end. So, right, select the icon. We're going to pop this as this. Okay. Hang on. Right, let's go to productions. And we should move the smelter right to there. We are also going to go ahead and remove each of these blueprints. Just because no need. Right, smelter array iron, and we're going to save you with this icon. Now, we can set this as copper. Go ahead and do a nice little sweep on those. Swap you over to this. Ta-da! So right, this should be all of the copper that we might require. And yeah, this will give us loads and loads and loads of copper ingots. So I think maybe the mass production of copper is going to be that, and smelter array copper. No, we don't want that. We want that. So now, right, that went into the wrong thing there. We're going to take this smelter array, and we're going to pop you over to here. Go to undefined. We're going to take this, and we're going to pop you into here. And now we get to set this for chrome. And the reason we're going chrome is because I don't have the Caterium finished just yet. Thinking about the eventual promotion at the end? Don't worry. You got this. Now, this is going to allow us to produce aluminium. And for any of you that are wondering why I'm calling it aluminium as opposed to aluminum, you're probably sitting thinking, well, isn't it actually an element? And this is something I discovered while watching How It's Made. No. No. It's not an element. It's refined bauxite, where they have to do so many different things to go for it. They actually have to, like, this is something, playing this game, I didn't expect I was going to learn about, hey, what is this Lumina solution thing? I just thought, oh, this is silly, they're gamifying it, and then realized when I watched How It Made, it's like, holy fuck. These guys actually got really into the weeds with all about this, like, this production chain. So, yeah. It's kind of cool like that. The one thing I will say, this game does not get accurate. This game does not have an accurate representation of how to, like, upload things into dimensional inventory. I think it's very poor the way it represents that. So, we've got that there. We're going to set this to... Ooh! Oh, I've just had an idea there. You are not going to be this turn L. Nope. You are going to be this. Whoop. Whoop. You're going to be like this. You are going to go like this. And also just, isn't that so freaking cool? So right, this is continuing to go this way. And you over here, pop you like this. You are going to be a junction turn. No. You're going to be highway straight. And then you're going to be a junction. We're going to set more of these highway straights. So we'll do 2 and then a junction. The reason for that is because we want each of these to be able to offload specific ores, metals, materials, all that kind of jazz. So let's take this here from here, and we're going to pop this right down here. Now these, let's do 1, 2. Drop a little dry. Drop it like it's dry. Don't know why I decided to serenade you with Snoop Dogg featuring Pharrell Williams. Or as some people may know it, that song from that Vine where the kid does the... You know? And if you don't know that Vine, then at that point, if... Like... How do you not know Vine? Do better. So, this here, we're going to set up as Junction X. And we're going to set lots of these Junction X's. Not to be mistaken with Planet X, which is the setting of several of the missions from the Time Splitters games. So, don't get it twisted. Don't make that mistake. Right, highway turn R. Nope, we want you to be the junction. Ooh, okay, right, hang on. Drop that like that. There we go. So, truck stops are going to be something that we need to set up. Is this not beautiful? Is this not just heckin' beautiful? Look at that. Oh, wow. I never realized that. They have the same water physics as Cyberpunk 2077 on launch. I don't know why I'm bashing Cyberpunk 2077. I really enjoy it nowadays. It's, you know, it's a fun game. Right, we're going to go ahead and dismantle lots of this. Okay, right. So we can keep dismantling this kind of things as we fly around. And let's land this down here. Now, a little bit of fall damage, but overall, we good. That's also another thing. If you land below the surface of the water, you can see that, oh no, I kinda fucked up. They're not actually on the water at all. But we're not meant to be either, so, you know, 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. And if you're not sure what that refers to, it's eggs. It's eggs. Enjoy the rest of the stream, having an early night. I don't blame you at all on that. I am also an incredibly tired one today. To the point where the cat, while I was on the sofa earlier, lay down on the sofa and tricked the cat. And by tricked the cat, I mean I clicked my fingers and she walked up and jumped up and started lying down on my chest. She started purring because she's adorable. Because she's a little tortoiseshell called Torty, short for tortellini. And, you know, why not? Because she is the cutest little pasta. So she lies down on me, right? And she starts purring while I'm watching a video of a guy trying to get every achievement in Resident Evil. Like, OG Resident Evil. And a combination of that game being that slow and Torty purring on my chest, I dozed off. And I snored myself awake. And that's when I realized, oh, that birthday I had at the weekend, that was the one. I'm officially old. I'm like really fucking old. And it's like, yeah.
An ad break has
Ooh,
started.
ad break has dropped. That is such a cool little thing, though. I love that. So, ad break has just started on the Twitch thing. I have it automated. So whenever that happens, it will automate to this here. And it leads to me being able to do this kind of thing where, you know, we're doing little bits of things, but it pops up like how many achievements we got. You can see the chat window there and everything. But it also, the lights have changed. So behind me is a green screen. But when you chroma key a green screen for green, and all of a sudden the lights go red to indicate almost like, hey, we're paused kind of thing. Because I used to like help out in recording studios and everything, used to work in them a little bit. So I kind of learned that, you know, red light, really attention grabbing. And now it's like, that's pretty friggin' nifty. I like that kind of thing. Let's drop this here. Wohingehst. Oh wait, it's still over there, that's why. So let's grab this. Boing, boing. Just the music in this game as well. Everything about this game is just, oh. They're not kidding when they call this game satisfactory. So right, let's look at aluminum casings. Hell yeah. Hazmat suit unlocked. Can I go ahead and manufacture one? Wohingehst do.
Iodine-infused filters.
Haha!
This protection essential
Boom.
if we're going to finally
Beauty.
get around to saving humanity.
So, I can do this here, and I can manufacture this. And that's nice. So, there we go. We are now going to be capable of actually standing around and even harvesting uranium without taking a whole pile of damage.
Because it was.
So let's quickly look at this here. We're going to drop 100 of those in, and we're going to take 25 of these. And using these 25, pop them into there. Now, but Reaper, what about the quick wire? You need that for mass production. Yes, you do need quick wire. Random person I decided to insult by giving you that cartoonishly irritating voice. If that's your actual voice, by the way, don't sue me. You're not actually irritating. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Right, let's pop these out. So, these cables, we're back. Yes. Important to note. Hang on, wait, you're a Mark IV? No, you're not. You're a Mark V. Lovely. Yeah, we gotta go get Quickwire. And why do we gotta go get Quickwire? Well, simple. We need lots of it. And we already have something that's kind of been established for that purpose. So we're going over to here. Badonk. We're driving this up the way. And I don't know why I used the word badonk there. We're certainly not trying to describe something of a badonkadonkalicious nature. Got a little guy down there. Hello. Hello, floating power slug. Let's grab ourselves some of this. And then we'll just sort that. And also, just because, why the hell not?
Maybe I'm going to be a space marine. So, if anyone's interested in seeing Warhammer 40,000 from the perspective of a space marine, that's something I'm able to slightly do with this voice thing.
Or alternatively, maybe you're sitting there thinking, hey, I sure wish I could sit and watch someone play a factory building game while simultaneously feel like I'm listening to a 1930s radio broadcast. Well, you won't hear me using the same language as the 1930s, but at least I've got the effect. Fuck it. Or I could be ethereal. Listen to that. Hey guys. It's so ethereal. What? So strange and spooky. How many of these can I do? I don't have enough Mercer spheres. So, since I don't have what I need for being a big, ethereal, super spooky voice, even if I could realistically do a pretty solid Carl Weezer in space. Hi, Jimmy's mom. We're just going ahead with this here. Also, for the record, no, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with me either. I don't know. I'm just... Sometimes I'm a little bit silly. But then again, no. A man makes potions in a traveling shoe. Maybe that's something I should do. I should sing more of what I'm doing in video games. Except in that case, it'd just be me going like, I am dead, dead, dead. Thought you were hot. Guess what? You're not. I am dead, dead, dead. Wohin... Ach. Lumia Stream. Wohin gehst deine TikTok-Chat? Don't know why. Don't know why. But it doesn't matter. I mean, we've got 0 frame drops across either of them. The fact that I'm duplicating my Twitch and YouTube stream also onto TikTok by doing a window capture of a projector. Sometimes I have brain cells. Not often. Sometimes. I'm a happy man. A very happy man. That could be useful. Could that be? I'm trying to think what we should do. Maybe what we should do is we should clear a lot of these. We're keeping that for sure. Pop those away. These, and right. Now, we have a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. So what would we do with all of that stuff? We've got ammunition. We've got turbo fuel. We've got filters. We need iodine-infused filters. I almost demonstrated that I do not have a brain. But I'm so glad that occasionally I remember to have one. Right, swap this over, and we're going to make this into... What is the question? Ooh. High-speed connector. What do we need for that? We need a lot of quick wire. So let's go for circuit boards. Circuit boards. We've got 200 of those. We're going to load that in. So 200. Right. 1 plus 10. So we need 1,000 cable. Let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1,000 cable. Right. Over to here, we'll go with this. And you... Hey, lovely. Now we need 5,600 quick wire. So let's grab ourselves... Right, which one's free? Up here? Yeah, you're free. So, we're going to pop this down. And we're going to do 45, and 55. So that is 600. Got 600 of that. We're going to use 525 per minute, so you need an upgrade. Not the one. Over here, was it you? Yee. So using this, we're going to take this and upgrade it like that. Now we need 5,000 more. And we can go ahead and upload that and that. Let's bounce. Let us bounce. So we've got 600. We need 56 times 200. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's 200 circuit boards, so it's not actually going to be that. We're going to have to increase it just a little bit. Those high-speed connectors, in fact, we don't need 100 circuit boards worth. We need 200 worth, meaning we need 11,200. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's grab that. So this here, let's get that ready. And quit for quick wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so we've got that there. And let's see. 1 plus 6. Right, there's 18, 20. So we now need... Let's go ahead with that. That'll be fine. And now we can go bounce and zip ourselves along. Let's get ready. Now, we're just setting up the mass production for what we need, which is a whole heaping helping of silicon... No, quick wire. No. High-speed connectors. I'll get there in the end. Eventually, the brain will work in such a way as I would like it to work. And I say that with the utmost hope. So let's drop all of that into there. You're going to keep mass producing. And lovely, we've got 20 of those. We're going to have 800 in total. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to drop these like they are indeed hot. Pop all those in. And now, we're ready to explore. But Reaper, how do you intend to explore the world of Massage 2B? From the sky. We're floating. We're floating. We're flying. We're not just floating. We're soaring. Flying. There's not a place in Massage 2B that we can't reach. And, guys, we're breaking free. Boing. So, let's go ahead and reload our weapon. We're also going to collect this here Mercer Sphere. And we're also going to go over to there.
Since the first symphony of the blood.
First, there was a whole involved process of evolution
Okay,
from single-celled
awesome.
organisms to mammals.
Nothing
rodents
there.
Specifically.
We got a couple of little
Explosion.
And
irritated
that's not even
fellas
explaining
there.
the whole dinosaur extinction meteor making room for mammals to dominate the animal kingdom instead.
Oh, I'm such a silly biscuit.
You know what? I will just
I don't
compile
even
a
have the
data
gas
package for you
mask.
to look at
I have
later,
the
because I
filters,
don't
but
even know
not
where
the
to start
gas
with the
mask
whole
to
H thing.
use the filters in.
Harmonious explosion.
As a silly biscuit. I am among the sillier of biscuits. Which is just incredibly unfortunate. Nobody wants to be the silliest biscuit. Right. Mercer Sphere is over this way. So, let's go and do a search. Okay, it's going to be Ooh. You know when you just happen to luck into something? And then you're just like, that's awesome that I managed to find that through sheer luck. Oh no. However, will I get through there? That was meant to be more climactic than that. My God almighty. Okay. Little Spider-Man there. We don't like Spider-Man, obviously. Because we're Tobey Maguire stands. And I think he's had better roles than Spider-Man. But I will say Tobey Maguire was the best of the Spider-Men. And not just because I'm also a big fan of Sam Raimi. Let's through this. The one I did watch recently that I really enjoyed. Didn't expect to, but I really enjoyed Send Help. Okay, well that's a little bit unfortunate. Right. Oop. Okay. Hey. Someone dropping them there likes. Nice. Muchos Dankeschön. As the famous German saying goes. Right, Mercersphere, we're out of that. Now, this here way, we're going where? Wohin gehst deine Salvation? Obviously, I know that's not actual German, because I'm aware that Wohin gehst du means where do you go, or where are you going. So saying Wohin gehst deine, you know, pretty sure that's just ruining lots of different things. But I don't see it as that different from some of the other little silly things people do with language. Okay, so it's down the ways, in fact. Ooh, okay, y'all can fuck off. Okay, right. When in doubt, shoot spiders with fully automatic weapons. Especially those big ones. You can do one, mate. You can absolutely do one. Right. Okay, lovely. We'll grab this here. Because F them. But at the same time, I'm not putting on arachnophobia mode. Because, quite simply, arachnophobia mode is more horrifying. Now, how could it be more horrifying? What's more scary than giant arachnoid creatures? I'll tell you what's more scary. The concept of having to shoot a friendly cat. Okay, so it turns out I like this whole thing of ammo conservation not being a thing. I'm the kind of guy that when I'm playing like COD or something, I like semi-automatic, you know? I'm the kind of guy that when I play Arma, I use DMRs almost exclusively. Because I'm like, I want to put one round downrange well. That's what I want to do. I want to be the kind of guy that is like, hey, you're not going to hear me fire off 100 rounds, but you're going to hear me say, confirmed kill, after every time I send one downrange. But, that being said, I am enjoying spraying and praying like an absolute buffoon in so many more games nowadays. Just, I don't know. I don't know if it's my brain cells are just getting smaller and less electrically charged, I don't know if I'm only getting access to the universal male brain cell every once in a while now, but I'm not playing mage characters as much as I used to. I'm playing barbarians, I'm playing fighters, I'm playing monks, you know? I ain't the smart, intelligent man that I used to be. But that probably boils down in some way to the fact that... Gonna grab and shoot. Where is it? Probably boiling down in some ways to the fact that I am developing more of an appreciation for these silly little orky boys. Why is everything so purple coated now? Wait. Alexa, turn on the office light. Oh, for the love of... Okay. Alexa, set the office light to 1%. Oi. This one doesn't like listening to me that much. Alexa, set the office light to 1%. Still purple. Don't know why. Hang on. Let me go ahead and check to see why everything is much more purple than it should be. Let's go ahead with filters. We're going to... 1 second. I need to quickly check something on this here. MJPEG, right, okay. Let's configure the video. I have a feeling it's doing the white balance automatically, isn't it? So let's try and change the white balance. Whoa, it is... So that's not right. Don't auto hue. Why would you auto hue? That is so bizarre. Contrast, brightness, hue. What the hell? Trying to have to tweak this kind of shiz. Right, backlight comp. Let's go for that. Gain. Oh, you can gain that much more than I thought you could. But that's still not really useful to us. Okay, right. The saturation got dropped way down. I'm confused. But we're just gonna have to go back to this here. Alexa, set the office light to 50%.
Okay.
Apologies for anyone watching on TikTok that just had to see me trying to figure out color thing, because I didn't realize it wasn't the output projector, it was a preview projector, which was silly of me. But we'll go ahead with that there for now and keep it fine. So right, Mercersphere this here way. We're gonna swap this over to, ooh, we've got hard drive to collect over here. You're gonna be 75 megawatts, right? Yes, you are. Oh, there you are. Lovely. Okay. Ah, spitter. Okay, so that's irritating. Right. So, that's those cleared. Now we can take this here. We're going to build a biomass burner. And we're going to max this out. you're going to produce 75 megawatts. And you're going to connect to there. What kind of power are you going to use? Well, why don't they make like a tree and get out of there? So there we go. Eins,
The
zwei.
hard drive contained both data
We can
and the
destroy
soul of the
that.
freighter.
No.
Disconnecting it has destroyed the soul, but the data can be analyzed in the MAM, so everything is okay.
Right, that's all of that. Time for us to get back onto the land here. Right, cable. Important. Iron rods. Important. Reinforced iron plates. Important. Over this way. Right, nothing there. Wire. Important. And now we'll go over, jump, and collect this. Whoop. Blue power slug. And we're sorted. So, we've got another hard drive ready. And boom. That worked. Lovely. So, hog remains. Hog remains. Special MAM. Set that to scan. And what we want to do is upload... We've got 5 more Mercer spheres. We collected 5? That's friggin' awesome. I love that. Right, copper sheet. That's fine. That and that. Okay, so you are not needed. So... that's a hard drive. Nope, summer sloop. Ooh, where is that gonna be? Oh, ho, ho. Are you up there? Yes, you are. Sozzle's big lad. Sozzle's a little lad. It's always unfortunate. But sometimes we gotta do these things. Just drop those down there. Gonna bounce on you for good luck. What is... Oh. That's what. So, hard drives. Let's do a quick little check. I think there might be one up to the north here. Because there should be a little rocky outcropping bit. Not down there. Although I have seen some incredible builds where people have built like a... what looks like a hydroelectric dam there. When people incorporate like their design into the environment, I think that's always fantastic. Like, I did a reasonably okay approximation of... Hey, we are going the right way. Reasonably okay approximation of a hydroelectric dam at one point. Okay, so that didn't work how I wanted it to. Right. So that hurt. Not just physically, but also a little bit my pride. So, you know, not ideal to have to go through that kind of thing. This is just operational though, so... You know. Sometimes you get given a gift, and you're just like, I like this gift. Thank you for this gift. And a free hard drive with no unlock requirements. That's a gift. So let's feather this to take us up to here. Was hoping to get all the way up there. That ain't happening. So instead, let's go to this here. Whoop. Let's drop these all off into here. Get that uploaded. These here. Upload a lot of them. And we're generally just going to have a chill, happy little time right now as we make our way back to base and look to see if maybe there's a sloop along the way. Or, whoop, that was silly of me. So, no sloop. Is there a way? Nope. There is no way to just feather what this is going to look for. Ooh. Bauxite. We're not going to find any out here, are we? It's going to be like, the nearest bauxite is in the Red Forest. Have you considered dying to reach it? And it's like, no. No, I haven't. I had not considered doing that because that's a horrible idea. Right, got all this. Keep on bouncing. Keep on rolling, baby. You know what time it is. Bom, 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 bom. See? About 7 kilometers that way. Slide. Slide. Alrighty. I don't know why I'm apparently Fred Dursting it up. But at the same time, you don't need to know why. I don't need to know why. Sometimes we just gotta be allowed to stim. Whee! Boing. And lovely. Up we go. Come with me, and you'll be getting knocked into the fucking stratosphere. You'll get eaten by their feet to the end. That's my attempt at Pisteki operatic style. Because obviously I'm not actually an operatic style of voice. Oop. Oh, mercy me. 1 wee second. Someone needs let in. I'm a second.
Okay.
It was adorable. Oh, shit. Luna was not very dexterous.
The camera isn't responding.
Angry. I didn't see your finger. Did she do the ballerina? Oy. Pardon? Oh, nice. How are they? Painted near a spider? No. Even if I was using an airbrush to paint near a spider, I would hold a lighter in front of the airbrush at that point. But I don't like spiders. Righto, we're back. And let us continue. So, we gotta destroy these gas pillars. Ah, damn it. Projectile in the way. So, feather the input. Okay, there's one big bad down. Where was the second big bad? We want to try and get this ramped up to a high fire rate. Lovely. And where is that? There are the spitters. So, hello there, my plasmic little friends. You are going down. Lovely. So, we can grab that. Heavy modular frame. We always love those. What are you? Heatsink. Let's grab a heatsink. So search for he. Okay, thank God. We've got 7 left over. So we can drop that. These, this, haha, to all of those. And dismantle. Mass dismantle. Right, we'll grab the proteiny things. And I'm not seeing it. One thing I do want to inevitably start doing is mass producing, or at least somewhat producing, a large number of medicinal inhalers. Got those uploading. That is now maxed out. So, hard drive time. We can scan and we'll go a little bit west. Wait, we're going the wrong way, aren't we? But apparently, there's something this way. I must have got it. I think I've got it. No hard drive, no Mercisphere. There is, however, a summer sloop this way. Where? Ooh. No, not going to be in there. So it's going to be somewhere up high. I can hear it. Ah. Or, as Morgan Freeman would say, ah, I understand. Here we have the summer sloop.
Your blood thicker. Your blood
It's important to collect the summer sloops,
Hello to you.
because they allow you to be able to multiply your output
That is a
from
welcome
various
surprise.
factories.
Do be careful not to overload my
So,
blood's
just
extremely
remember, the
fragile
next
organic
time
systems.
you're thinking
On
about
that
summer
note,
slooping,
I've been working on making
it
a
allows you to double the
Our
output.
rhythm is patient and harmonious.
The question is whether you're going to
Truly are
apply
a
them
far
so that
superior
you're
collaborator than humanity.
multiplying. Oh. Torty! Oh. Hang on. It sounds like the cat's being a silly biscuit, so I'm going to have to lift the cat. Here I am. I'm going to show you my child, and you guys better be nice. Oh, hey, Torty. Oh, hey, hey. Oh, I know, Baba, but hey, I just want them to see how cute the little baby is. Isn't that a precious little baby? She does not want to be the baby right now. My heart is broken. Right, Mercisphere. Oh yeah, that was going to take me down into the swamps. If you ever get the opportunity to go down into the swamps, frigging don't. Terrifying locale. Right, up this way, right? Well, you know something? We're just going to go ahead and mine some uranium. Because why wouldn't we? We can set this to keep uploading. Like that. And now we're going down to where? Okay, so it's gonna be down below us, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, you mother muckers. Oh, great. I hate those things. Please work. Did it? Are you dead? I think you're dead. Aha! Fuck ye. When in doubt, just stick a whole pile of explosives to the spider. That's how I take care of arachnids. Live, laugh, consume. That is usually what I do on my day off. It's a joke about the fact that I basically sit and watch silly videos on YouTube and eat a whole pile of crap. Okay, you know what? Okay, right. This here, we are here where we could. Oh crap, Hatcher. You father mucker. Okay, I see you then, you little biscuit. Right, there's that. We're gonna hop over to here. Because we're being all covert. Like Solid Snake. Kept you waiting, huh? Now we hop over this way. We break those. Swap to this. Break that and that. So, okay, there we go. Another one down. And another one down. Okay, where did you go? There you are. Come on, you big target. There we go. Right. No more unauthorized hostility detected. Meaning, I think we're good. So I can grab all of this fancy stuff. Okay, can't dismantle that because it contains items. Requires a superposition oscillator. Fudge you to heck. This one we gotta mark out. So, create a new marker. superposition. And we're just going to call this OSC for short form. And you are going to be under HDD. Icon is going to be that. And now, I guess the only option is for us to try and fly our way out of here. So, this here, Mercer Sphere, no. Summerslip, no. This cave is interesting. Okay. By interesting, apparently I meant terrifying. On a fundamental level. Cool. Well, alrighty then. And kablamo. So, we made it out to here. I guess we'll swap this to hard drive search mode. What do we got? Do we got anything really? Crude oil or water? Water. So up this way. Ooh, hard drive up there. That's going to use computers, I believe. Oh! I don't even know where he went. But I don't think he's going to be attacking us again. Grab the power slug here. And now we're going to fly over this way. So. Right. Can I get you to charge or something? Okay, well, you know what? You stay right there, buddy. Okay, good. So, quick wire, yes, I'll take this. I would very much like this. Hatcher. So, this heavy modular frame. Okay, not computers. Heavy modular frame. So we've got that. Now, over down here, we can grab the rubber. Computer. Dismantle that. Got these things down like this. Alexa, turn on the bedroom light. 1 second, folks. Yes. I had 30 chicken nuggets with hot sauce, aka boy dinner. Right. Now we are going back towards the space elevator. Another hard drive nearby. Ooh. Okay, crap. So right. Let's go along this way. Hey! Damn! I am having some incredible fortune right now.
Damaged hard drive recovered.
Right.
Return it to the MAM where it will receive the best recovery and
things
rehabilitation
dismantled.
care available.
Got that, and that. Okay, you are dismantled. Another one nearby as well. Heckaroo. We're lucky today. So up this here way. Oh no. I hate gas pillars. Hallo. Wie geht's? Du bist nicht gut? Das ist nicht gut. So, break all these down. Copper sheets. Lovely. Got that. And now we're going ahead and collecting these. So, hard drives, no more on the way. There might be more that we will find though. So what we're doing is we're flying our way down, and here we have some reinforced iron plates. Don't forget to call in and let us know your opinion on iron plates on the Monday morning drive time. That's what half of the radio stuff sounds like now. So we're asking everyone's opinion today. What's your favorite size of dinner plate? Me, personally, I like a dinner plate that's just big enough for a chicken Atlanta. But don't forget, we've also got the WhatsApp, so drop your voice notes in the chat as well. Haha, coming up, we've got the brand new song from Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo, or whatever girly pop anthem there is for the moment. I swear I'm not bitter. Actually, I'm a little bit bitter. Why can't heavy metal have a billionaire? You never see billionaire heavy metal people. Even multi-millionaire heavy metal people. Like, probably the closest is maybe like Iron Maiden, AC/DC and everything. But even then, it's still like, yeah, underrepresented in the billionaire and multi-millionaire sphere. Although I would love to see Iron Maiden live. The amount of steps that guy must get in during a show. Got this here mass-producing Sam, which is good. Because the world needs more people called Samuel. Little joke for all of the Samuels out there. Or Samanthas. You don't really see Samaels that often though. Not really hearing anyone saying it's like, oh, hello there. My name, I'm Sam. Pleasure to meet you. Oh no, not Samuel, Samael. Yes, of course. My parents were very, very devoted followers of Antichrist figures from modern Christianity. I really hope no one takes that out of context. Someone's probably just tuned in and thought, who is this English bloke who's sitting talking about, oh, that's Satan character? Oh, he's interesting. Actually, he is kind of an interesting story when you read it from an academic perspective. But, you know, don't think too much about it. You know, wouldn't want anyone out there trying to form their own opinions or anything. Don't be doing that. Opinions are like butts. They all stink. It's not actually true at all, but steel rotor or quartz purification. Let's leached or aluminum rod. Aluminum rod is tempting. Let's go ahead with that. Now, we've got lots of different things over here. Let's make ourselves the gas mask, because we need that. Because we're an idiot. We need fabric for that. So for fabric, presumably, we're going to need a refinery somewhere. Do we have a refinery set up anywhere? We don't have ones there, that's for sure. Maybe what we do is we'll go over this way. And we'll build a refinery down by the coal plants. Down by the coal plants. That's where we get the aluminum. So we could ship bauxite over to here. We could have this here be a bauxite area. Which I think we might already actually have, as I think of it. Do we? I mean, we've got an incredibly ugly little rail network that leads up to there. Which we're not big fans of at the minute. But what we can do here... Let's quickly go to this. That is bauxite und water. Ah. Water, how quaint. So, this here is water. Ooh, coal. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Let's flush the water. So this uses 200 per minute. And how much is being produced here? 120 per minute. So you should theoretically be at 80 per minute, right? Yes, 80 per minute. So that's doing this like that. Let's quickly go for... Whoop. Pass me the aux. Do you mean the auxiliary cable? No, I mean the bauxite. Can we do polyester fabric? Yes, we can. So let's take one of these and place it right about here. So, you, my friend, you shall be the junction there, and you shall connect into there. And you, my friend, you connect to where? There, I guess. So, you're doing this, and you shall be the polyester fabric. So you're going to produce 30 per minute, you say? Well, that's lovely. Or do we somerslip that and double it up? Let's do just that. And then more of this. 150 per minute and using 75 per minute. We love that, so we do res or resin. Ooh. Can mass produce those. So you are going to be an industrial container here, and then we'll have another one right here. So you, whoop, you go over to here, or 5. You are going over into here. Absolutely atrocious looking, but still. Resin. Pop all of this in there. Got 1,000 of that going, and that's going to produce a lot of fabric. And using this fabric, we can go ahead and upload it. Right. So this is going to slightly slow down our production of this. Are you... Okay, you are double slooped. But what we can do here is we're going to dismantle these and this and this. You are going to just be a plain old smelter. So you 5. I hook you in like that. Mercer sphere, we've got those going like that. Now, you, my friend, will hook into this. And you're going for pure aluminum. So, it's not as efficient, but it's still pretty damn good. And we're not wasting silica on it. Right, so this is 4 and 50. Right, this is outputting. So right, that outputs the water. That's the input, is the alumina solution. Right, this is outputting that. And it's maximized on that. So this should be... Right, why is this pipeline not
An ad break has started on Twitch.
working like that? So let's take this, right? And we're gonna hook you into here. You are gonna use alumina solution. You're gonna produce water. And okay, I think I get it. So this now theoretically right, let's flush that. Now you water and bauxite. Oh, that's why. We've got 4 bauxite. So let's go for ox, and we're gonna put... Okay, so we got the 500 there. Let's pop that into this. You're producing bauxite. And you're going to be alumina solution, so you're going to use 240 per minute. Do we double up the output? Maybe we do. Let's sloop it, shall we? Yeah. Because more aluminum scrap. This here as well, if we slip this, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So 1 aluminum scrap becomes 1 aluminum ingot. So up this here way. Whoop, let's bounce and try to feather our flight. Love that. Okay, so ooh, okay. Oh. Crazy little cat nearby. Hello, big spitter fella. How are you, my plasmic friend? There we go. Right, reload this. We got the hatcher remains, we got the hatcher remains, and we got the hatcher remains.
Consume.
40.
I have something for you. It will establish a better way for us to communicate and deepen our understanding of one
Okay, so
another.
that there is all.
I've done the
up.
necessary developments on my end. The last note is yours to play.
Your symphony resonates.
We got another one up
Tapestry
this
patterns
way.
beautifully.
Thank you. I worked very hard. I am organically transmitting the data package now. Any
The
adverse
ad break
effects
is
on
over.
my blood will not corrupt its
And
contents.
okay.
We hear
Right.
this learning song.
See you on the other side.
It is time to tango.
Oh boy. Fall damage. So right. Maybe the easiest way is going to be feather our flight to get us up to here. Now, we are up here, fine. And let's jump and fly across to here. One, two, three, four, five. Lovely. So, that's another hard drive research complete. Happy days. Grab that, grab that. Where was the one did we... Oh, there it was. And now, what we want to do is grab this. Surely we must be approaching 100 by now. But right, back to base. Mercer Sphere. Out to here. Right. Fire Slug. got this little highway. Truck stop. That's something we definitely need to do. This is... Oh yeah, this should be full up on... Yep, we got all the modular frames we could need. I'm very happy with that result. So now over here, grab this. Jump and fly our way along to here. So, right. What have you unlocked for us? Leached copper ingot or aluminum beam. That's tempting. Electrode scrap. That's also kind of tempting. Because that means we can... Ooh, maybe. Just maybe. We could take... bear with me. We could take one oil bit and have that create heavy oil residue, which then creates petroleum coke. And we could have that feed in for that. And that would produce 20... Let's expand this. 180 per minute. 60 petroleum coke per minute. Only 60 petroleum coke per minute. We could have a lot being produced. And we'd be creating a massive amount of water. I think we're doing that. That's a brilliant recipe. Absolutely fantastic. Right, over here we've got this. I mean, we've got 400 of those. Happy days. Right. Supercomputer time. We can take some computers from here. So we want 50, 100, AI limiter, and plastic. Plastic, right, and AI limiter. 100, and let's put some of those into there. We're gonna mass manufacture those. And, right, that's Caterium. So computers are gonna kind of be our limiting factor. Don't really love that about it, but okay. Whoa, we got a lot of those. Right, you're producing... Okay, right. I see that. That would be aluminum casings. What we want to do is we want to produce more pyre shards. So we're going to go ahead with these. Output this. And then we need casings, etc. Do I have explosive rebar unlocked? Mighty good question. I do. I think that's got to be something we look at creating. Mass produce that. Right, so this here, you are nearly done. Lovely. Now we'll go for Pyre Shard 5. Gonna be about 30 seconds for that to be constructed. Right. That's going to be our smelter array. Trucks straight out into smelters. Okay, that's an idea. That's definitely an idea. Don't know why I'm leaping about like this. Like a buffoon. But apparently I am. So this here, we got 4 more that we can construct for those. Supercomputers. I want to just see, do we have better supercomputer recipes? Crystal computer is not bad. Ooh. That's actually potentially very good. Because if we slip that, 1 crystal oscillator becomes 4. Fine black powder. Smart plating. Plastic smart plating, in fact. 5 per minute. So we could be producing 25 per minute of smart plating for that. Coke steel ingot. Petroleum coke. Yet another use for that. Coke steel ingot. We gotta be doing that. It's too good. So right, over to here. You are no longer on that. And you're going on to Power Shard duty. And let's look quickly at remains. These, right. Eesh. So quickly over to here, hog protein, 38. So you're going to take nearly a minute to produce that. No. Petroleum coke. We're going to need to produce a good bunch of those. But concrete is probably going to be our primary limiting factor. So let's start production of our mass base now. We're going to set this all up. And boing. So, this here area, this will be our waterfront. So, we take this here junction, and we're going to try to set this up. So, we need 2 points along. How do we get that to connect? I wonder. Let's do this. Right, each of these here, we're gonna draw along like this, and we're gonna connect this all up. So over to here, there's one more, and one like this. So this here, iron will come in here, copper, caterium, and bauxite. Eventually. But bauxite is going to be the harder one to go for. So, that's that set like that. Let's go ahead and set up the blueprints. Foundations. Set this like this. Okay, we need concrete for this kind of thing. So this here area, how do we set this up to go? So we've got 2 points, right. I'm just trying to figure how we make this go. So they come out to here, we'll have them turn, and then drive to, and then turn maybe? I'm at such a loss. We need them to be loading in from this side, right? So let's dismantle these, just to get the concrete back. Right. So you, my friend, you are going to turn like this. And then we want you to be a straightaway. You are going to go like this. You go like, oop, nope. But I want to see... No, these straights have to be replaced. That's just a weird sentence to say as well. Also, don't take that out of context. So we need like a pit stop thing. So we need to load a highway blueprint and then replace it with another thing. And another one. And another one. So we're up here, we're flying, we're soaring, flying. Keep on jumping. Keep on rolling. You know what time it is. Because according to my clock, it is 10 to 11. Meaning we're going to be wrapping it up shortly. But we want to try and set up our truck stop while we can. So let's try and get that set before we go. Oomph. Yep, all that's fine. Right, smelter array. Get rid of that. And we want to load a road. We want to load the straight road. So let's do this. This is high up. Right. And now it's going to load in from the left. So transport, truck station. So we want this gone. And now, so truck station. Okay, so that's overlapping the blueprint designer like that. Well, apparently it is like that. Interesting. So, we'll try and load this like this. You are going to snap to here. Lovely. And you, industrial railing, you are going to whoop, zip like this. So that there, fine. We don't like that angle. Why will you not help me with this? So, right. This here, we want to move you like this, up like this. And now, move you like this. Now, the universal vehicle path, you are going to be where? You will go from here to, oh no. Okay, so we gotta dismantle that. So it turns out these are going to need to be a little bit in. So, right, that's like that. Let's pop this like this maybe. So, build that, this, and sure, that's fine. So now, we take the universal vehicle path, and we'll try to build this in, right, you to here, and then you out to here, right? Yes. So here, is our highway truck stop. So, yeah. I'm happy with that. So now that we've got that set up, yay, we can put those blueprints in action. Hard drive scan completed. Classic battery. We're taking that immediately. Because that's going to mean we can start mass producing batteries, meaning drones. Happy days. Right, sulfur, let's quickly look over here. We're holding on to some stuff for this. We need empty fluid tanks. So we need to complete the research that's going to allow us to do that. Which is going to be advanced, yes. This kind of thing. Damn it. Wait. Theoretically, we could do that. Ooh, we're not doing that just yet. Oh wait, crap. Right, so you are produced a whole pile of those. We got 26 of them. Let's look at classic batteries, maybe. We could set these up, so let's load 200. All the wire. Sulfur. Load 100 of this in because why not? And alclad sheeting. We're going to need loads of. Let's take the 192 of those and pop those into here. This is going to produce 8 batteries. And that will be our fuel production for drones inevitably. So you, alclad sheets. Let's load 300 of these. And now we need 100 copper ingots. Take that. And we'll load that into here. So there we go. This is going to be 600 of those sheets. And I'm okay with that. Let's also upload all of those. Batteries, 128 of them. Beautiful. Absolute thing of beauty. This here, we can load more of this. $148. We will be sorted for all of that. But let's go and set up our truck stops. Because it will be important for us. So, keep on bouncing and flying, and then we set up our truck stops. Maybe we don't exactly need these little endpoints like we thought we did. Maybe instead, the real truck stop is the friends we made along the way. So let's dismantle, 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 and dismantle. And dismantle. Why would you dismantle so many of those things? Well, really, really simple. Because we are going to load the junction R right in there. We're going to do the same thing here, and we're going to build our little highway modules. Well, that's interesting. Right, let's take this. Move this like that. Right, okay, good. Let's take that. That was foolish of us. We want you to be a turn L. And now we want you to be truck stop. So, truck stop there, and then straight away there. Let's take this truck stop there, and we're going to put you down here. And highway straight. Like that. This is how we do our own little logistics network. And it allows us to have our factory much more neatly taken care of. So these highways as well. Okay, so it rises like that, which is fine. That'll output like that. So, we are going to have all of these be fed by fuel, which is going to be a very important logistical question for us. How do we mass produce fuel like that? Blueprint auto connect. Now we want over here, truck stop. Load like that. Then we want this here like that. So this truck station you shall be our Caterium receiver. Now, you vehicle settings will be to unload. So yeah, incoming transfer rate, you are going to be copper input. No, copper receiver. Right? And then iron receiver, copper receiver, Caterium receiver, iron receiver. Then we'd limestone, bauxite, and coal. Iron. Receiver. Nope, we're not capitalizing it because it's not like we're Resident Evil Severing. So you're just going to be iron receiver. You can't connect to that, sadly. So, dismantle this. And let's build foundations. Slide this across here. And right, I believe. So there's 1, 2. Now we can just try and build these across like this. Now each of these will become their own little smelter array, which will be fine. So right, take that. We're gonna pop that down. Same thing here. And here. Now we'll need more of these going out the way. But that's only because we are trying to start work on a mega factory. And a mega factory is going to require a lot of materials. Concrete is going to be, without a doubt, one of the most important things for us. So let's grab this, and we're going to try to go out this way. So, whoop. We accidentally built 2 of those. Now, foundation here. Pop another one over here. And then one there. So these mega factories, if we drop down in here, you can see extends a little bit below the water. So it looks fine. And then all of these here things can eventually input to where we want. So, it is just past 11 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? For anyone that's old enough to remember references like that. And if you are, then oof. Right, you are loaded up on... Hang on. Okay. Let's take the compacted coal. And we're going to output more in here. Ta-da! There we go. Lovely. That'll output and produce loads of that. And then, how much? Okay, we've still got loads of turbo fuel anyway. But, right. Dismantle crate over there. Let's get these all uploaded. Ooh. Have more of those than we know what to do with. Which is always good. Dismantle crate up that way. So, those are done like that, which is fine. Now, this island has a little bit of height to it. But what we can do for a mega factory is we could potentially have this be on multiple layers. So we could have one layer that is just dedicated to... Oop, hang on. Upload that. Okay. Don't have any room for those to go up. Quick wire, we're not going to have space for. Rotors, steel pipes, and that. There we go. So there is the unfortunate thing about this area, but I guess at least it kind of makes sense, because we can go, it's like, oh, hey, I need to run across here. So you can still find your way along. It's just to actually get from one side to the other. Gotta do this. Maybe that needs to be updated too. I think, yeah, the truck stop things need to be updated. We gotta fix up those designs. Right, over here. Blueprint auto connect. Another one of those. This. This, and I guess if we pop that down. Okay. I could work with that. So this will connect to this island. Right. Okay. Damn hatchers got me. Clear the chat. Clear that. And now we are Gucci. I believe, as the cool people like to say. So, let's do a little save game there. Achieve. We're going to check how close we are to certain things. Avoid touching the ground for 30 minutes, that's fine. 5 kilometers of railway. Going to need a little bit more construction for that. 150 Mercer spheres. So we are on 120 now, apparently. Unlock all milestones. We've only gathered 46 hard drives. Wow. Pipelines, we're going to need more of. We've got 21 summer sloops. We need a lot more. Yeah. We've got a few things we need to go set up. But in the meantime, we are going to wrap it there for the evening. And I will be back on tomorrow, where I don't know if I'm going to be painting Warhammer or playing Satisfactory. But probably playing Satisfactory. Who knows? Meantime, take care. Have yourselves a good one. I shall catch y'all on the flippity flop. Have a good one.